to consult her privately in terms. Finally, Mr. Speaker, since she is now retired and before you determine whether she goes to CPST, I want to invite her, Florence, to join Ms. Millie in the two-term movement. Now that she's out of public service, she can join and campaign for His Excellency.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I want to join my colleagues in honoring this great lady, Florence, and the clerk. In 2007, Mr. Speaker, I came to this House for the first time, and I was in the Finance Committee, a very powerful one. We had the former Minister of Finance, and we were a number of other people, and we, Honorable Kaloki and others, and it was a very difficult committee to handle. Madam Florence, as we used to call her, our prefect, was very articulate, very honest, very humble, very polite, and very loyal. I also continued with her in the committees of 2013 and 2013 and 2018. It's a 2022. I was not with her. She's one of my constituents, Mr. Speaker, sir, and we will take care of her when you come back home and build your house, and we will give you the honor and slaughter a couple of boozies for you so that the people in Kisumu East know that you are an honored member and a distinguished member who has served Parliament for 34 years.
1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. And Mr. Speaker, let me allow, for giving me the opportunity also to congratulate our senior staff, Honorable Speaker, whom I have known for 13 years. Mr. Speaker, when I joined this House 2013, Mr. Speaker, I was placed in a committee of Justice and Legal Affairs, which was headed by the Honorable Jepkonga. And even before the committee, Honorable Speaker, at the time of induction, that is the time I knew Florence. And Mr. Speaker, I can say Florence is a very dedicated officer. She served us well, Honorable Speaker, for the last 13 years I've been in this House. Mr. Speaker, I just want to wish her well as she retires. And Mr. Speaker, I want to support what the Honorable Kamketa said. That, Mr. Speaker, we have the likes of Florence, Mr. Speaker, who are very knowledgeable in parliamentary matters, Mr. Speaker. And if our Institute of Parliamentary Studies, Mr. Speaker, is ready, these are the officers, Mr. Speaker, whom they are supposed to be there, Mr. Speaker, so that we can still utilize their knowledge and their expertise on issues, Parliament, Mr. Speaker. Otherwise, I just want to wish her well.
Makali Mulu. Stick to 1 minute so that we have
I will actually go below a minute, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, thank you for this opportunity. Honorable Speaker, I've known Florence for many years. Actually, those who are saying she looks like 18, I can confirm. I saw her around when she was around 20 years because she was my classmate. We were in the same year in university. I got also to interact with her during the 10th Parliament. When I came here as a consultant to train the new parliamentary committees, we worked very closely. I can confirm to this House, Honorable Speaker, if there is an officer who is honest, it is Florence. If there is an officer who is committed to her work, it is Florence. As she retires, I wish her all the best. May the Almighty God provide you with sufficient grace. May you go now serve your family, serve Kenyans, and serve God. Amen. Go well.
Mayaka.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity. I'd like to also join the rest of my colleagues in, first of all, thanking Director Florence Abonyo for the 34 years that she has served in Parliament, for her guidance. And Honorable Speaker, for some of us personally, Honorable Director Florence has been like my political mother in Parliament, giving us a lot of guidance, showing us the right way to do things, how to be leaders as chairs of Parliament. And the other day, Honorable Speaker, when in liaison committee, the Honorable Karoli mentioned that they actually were classmates with Director Florence. I was very shocked because Honorable Karoli has lost all his hair, but Florence still looks very young. So I just want to wish, Florence the very best, to have a lot of fun. This is the beginning of a new life, and it's a life where you have no rules now. So please go have fun, and we'll still be looking out to get a lot of guidance and mentorship from you.
1 minute.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I'd like to join you in congratulating Madam Abonyo for the well-deserved retirement. In fact, I joined Honorable Millie and actually confirmed that I was shocked when I was told that she's retiring. For me, as a commissioner, I've always thought that she must be somewhere in the region of 45. I was shocked that she is heading to that age, which I don't want to mention. Mr. Speaker, Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change your world. Yes. Indeed, it's a testament what Madam Florence has done with education. It has not only changed our world, but it has also changed the world of Parliament. For those she has worked with. And I remember what Benjamin Franklin, one of the writers of the Constitution of the US, he said, Benjamin Franklin, he said, education pays the best interest. Mr. Speaker, what Madam Florence has earned and when you see her, indeed, the interest that she has earned as a consequence of the education she attained in the university she attended, Mr. Speaker, is a testament of what education can do to a person. Mr. Speaker, the only sad thing that has left me when I was a commissioner, I just asked myself, why hasn't she applied for promotion to be even a deputy clerk, Mr. Speaker? You know, that is the only sad thing. We wanted to promote her, but she never applied. I even called her and told her.
That is her modesty.
Oh, yeah, I think so, Mr. Speaker. She allowed others. She allowed others. You know, she reads the Bible more than we do, Mr. Speaker, where Jesus said, be humble. And she literally was humble. Whenever someone has said, we want to apply, she allows others to apply. That is the humility that is in Florence. In fact, Mr. Speaker, while as a commissioner, we had situations, but she is one person who was very calm. You would not find her, you would not distract her by annoying her. I would walk her to her office.
Minute is over. Ochanda?
Mr. Speaker, I still have...
Your minute is over. Ochanda?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I've known Florence for additional 5 years on top of the years that she's been serving in Parliament. That's on top of the 34, 35 years. I've also known her for additional 5 years. Her determination and resilience was witnessed when we were graduating as a pre-university NYS graduates. No, before we went to the university, we were going through NYS trainings. And when she finished this, as a lady that time, I think it was a determination, a show of determination and resilience. Beyond that, Mr. Speaker, it's also important to appreciate not just Florence, but also the institution that has been an employer of Florence. Because serving in one institution for 34 years doesn't just mean anything. For me, for example, it's very difficult if our Florence are serving one institution for 34 years. It means that Parliament is a competitive employer that we really need to see when our staff are able to work through to the end. I want to wish Florence well, fare thee well, Flo. I want to believe that you still have some time to contribute to this nation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker,
I think we must thank you, first of all. Last year, you sent off the sergeant at arms in a most colorful ceremony. Today is Director Florence Obonyo. You know, Mr. Speaker, human beings want to be appreciated. And the more you appreciate them, the more they are likely to work hard. And when I see Florence Obonyo and the galaxy of ladies who work in Parliament, it is testament of they are trailblazers in this house. They set a path and others walk along. I meet Florence Obonyo, she comes to a committee and she sits, but she will never talk. She pushes notes to the clerks. And indirectly, she's building others. Her stellar performance is also because of the way she carries herself. And I think we must thank you, and also as the Speaker of the House, celebrate you that this is the best way to send off officers so that others who follow on our path will also see that, yes, even this is the send-off I'm likely to get.
Thank you.
Finally, having OGW, it is normally not given. You earn it for working very hard. With those, I think Florence...
Rosa Buyu, your time is up. 1 minute is over.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Use your 1 minute diligently.
Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you for this opportunity to talk about Nya County. Nya County simply means the lady of the county. And in this case, the county is Kisumu County. Mr. Speaker, the people who are going to be poorer for not having met...
Kenny Rogers called the coward of the county.
Mr. Speaker, the people who would be poorer for not having met Florence Obonyo are the first-timers in this parliament, the future first-timers in this parliament. Mr. Speaker, when I first met Florence in 2017, when I was a first-timer, she reached out to me when I was looking confused as to what committee I should request to be part of. And I'm sure she reached out to many first-timers too. And she would guide you to let you know what was actually involved in each committee. And, Mr. Speaker, the lady who's leaving us today is a lady who's nurtured many of us. We might not be as decent as she is, but she's tried to make us quite decent so that at least we can follow her path.
I didn't know that you know.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I'd just like to thank Florence on behalf of the first-timers that she nurtures and she guides and she makes to feel comfortable in their legislative work in this parliament. As much as she's from our county, I'd also like to let her know that spread your wings. Yes. You've worked well here and Kenya is waiting for you. Thank you and may God bless you. Thank you.
Good. Wamumbi?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for according me this opportunity. Many of us may not have interacted with Director Florence, but following the praises she has received from colleagues, it tells that she is a good person. And Mr. Speaker, Director Florence joined service when I was only 4 years old. And we can all testify that God has given her grace. Looking at her, I was actually looking for the county member for Muranga to take lessons from Director Florence, so that when she'll be retiring, she'll be looking like a Director Florence. We wish you God's blessings. We wish you well in your future endeavors. We wish you... Yes, I was actually looking for the member for Muranga so that they can link up with the director to take lessons of what she has done to look all this good. We wish you God's blessings.
You should be the one telling the house where she is.
We wish you well, Director Florence, and may God bless you.
Member for Jomvu.
Okay. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi nachukua fursa hii pia kumpongeza Director Florence Nikisema hivyo, Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi nilimjua kipindi changu cha kwanza mwaka 2013 ambapo alikuwa ndio clerk wetu wa regional integration na alituweza kutusimamia vizuri sana. Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi nasema mfano wa Director Florence ni mfano mzuri, na leo kila mmoja namwombea kila laheri, na vile vile nataka kusema tusiwavunje nguvu wale ambao wako nyuma, kwa sababu wale ambao hawajaweza kuretire pia nao wanafanya kazi mzuri katika bunge hili la Kenya. Kwa hivyo ni vizuri sana kuona kuwa ujuzi na taaluma ya Director Florence, hata kama ameretire leo, lakini bunge bado linamhitaji at her own free time, ama kwa wakati wake unao kuwa na nafasi, anaweza kuja pia kuwashikilia wengine. Lakini kwa niaba yangu na niaba ya watu wangu wa Jomvu, ambapo nimeweza kuhudumu kwa vipindi vitatu, Mheshimiwa Spika, namuombea kila laheri katika maisha na endelee na maisha mazuri anapotoka hapa bunge. Asante sana.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me take this opportunity to sincerely thank and congratulate Mama Florence for the good service she has offered to the Parliament of Kenya. I first met Florence when I came in 2017 during the induction. I again met her when I went to Public Accounts Committee in 2020. And all along, it has been a wonderful experience working with you. And Honorable Speaker, such gems, such good people only come from one university, the University of Nairobi. Go well and serve the people of Kenya.
Ndindi Nyoro.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I also rise to laud the service that Director Florence Abonyo has given to this Parliament and the Republic of Kenya. And it is a testament, Honorable Speaker, that number one, meritocracy is always the best way to recognize talent, because given her experience, given her knowledge, Honorable Speaker, it has been able to manifest even in her service. Secondly is that we must continue to give the ladies of Kenya an opportunity to serve, because it seems they can do very much more, Honorable Speaker. Given the service we have seen, I am sure we are all convinced as men in this house that more ladies need position of influence, because they have shown that they have all that it takes in various positions. And lastly, I want to laud her. I have served with her in various committees for her dedication and, of course, by her love of this country and patriotism. We wish you all the best. And by the way, I didn't know that young people are retiring. You don't look like a person who is retiring. You need something else to serve in this nation so that your experience and your expertise can be of help to our country. Thank you very much.
Give Jen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this chance to applaud Florence and congratulate her on her dedication of the service. I think in this house, other than the Speaker for now, I'm the one who worked with Florence the longest. I was with her in the 9th Parliament, in the absence of Wanjala, who was here in the 8th Parliament. Mr. Speaker, I remember I was given a trip by the then Deputy Speaker, David Musila. We were given 3 ladies in the liaison committee because there was no woman chair in any of the committees. But in the places we were going, they needed to have women. So Amina Abdallah, myself, and Christine Mango were picked. And that is the time we were really asked by Director Florence. I started, she's kind, she's nice. She also knows how to balance her time because she's such a serious workout person. She really works out, and that's why she looks so young. Florence, I have worked with you. I loved you. You are a teacher to most of us in the procedures of this Parliament. So may you go well. May God take care of you and your family. And I hope a chance comes that you'll be able to serve this country even more. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, allow me also to join you and the House in congratulating Madam Florence. I worked with Florence for now about 8 years, and I remember very well when I came to Parliament in 2017, I was in Justice and Legal Affairs Committee and delegated, and she would actually visit us from time to time, especially to guide us on how to do our work. The 3 A's that apply to excellent employees apply to her. That is affability, amiability, and availability. A very affable lady, amiable in that she actually loves everybody, wears a smile. Whenever you approach her for anything, she emulates you, Mr. Speaker. Hardly do I see you frowning your face when we come to you. Hardly can you see Florence frowning. All the time you're smiling as you serve people. We must emulate Florence and the Honorable Speaker, even when we're dealing with the difficult cases in the constituencies, with all these difficult voters who sometimes try to irritate us. We must also emulate, wear a smile, give them the best of the service so that they also feel contented, as we have always felt when we are with Florence, when we are doing committee work and the rest of the work. Thank you very much, Florence. May God bless you. Go well.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to wish and bid farewell to Florence Atenyo Abonyo, OGW. I'm honored to share the same commendation as you. Honorable Speaker, when I think of Florence from the time I met her in 2017 to now, I feel that she could have gone higher and higher and higher. In her performance, she was excellent. But what went against her in rising to the highest office in that department was tribe and gender. But she took her strides and worked diligently to serve the parliament that she was appointed to serve. She actually, when she sent us a message, because I'm serving in the Public Investment Committee commercial, when she sent a message, she says, it has been a privilege serving. Florence, I want to say to you, I know that you had what it took to actually rise to clerk of the National Assembly. But that did not happen because at the time, you were probably not the right tribe. At the time, you were probably not the right gender. But you served us well, and we commend you and we celebrate you as a woman of service. And the privilege that we had been served by you, we celebrate. I wish you well, and I want you to know that God had a plan and a purpose for you, and you served it well. And we wish you well with your family. I want to say, Mr. Speaker, when Florence joined in 1991, 1992, just to think about the years that she served, in 1992 was the election with Jaramogi Odinga, with Moi Kibaki, and Daniel Arap Moi. I mean, at the time when she joined Parliament,
and
the
Kenneth
next election,
Matiba.
and Kenneth Matiba. So just think, from that time to today where we have William Samoei Ruto, we're still fighting with the challenges of tribalism. And we need to break that. And it is us, the onus is on us as National Assembly to unite this country so that a woman like Florence, who had everything that it took, could not have missed an opportunity to be the clerk of the National Assembly just because she was Luo and just because she was a woman. Florence, I wish you well. I celebrate you. God give you the best life forward. Thank you.
Sarah
and God bless.
Malim, half a minute.
Mr. Speaker, me and you remember Madam Abonyo in 1992 when we came to Parliament. Very young, one of the most beautiful young Kenyan ladies I had seen that time. And strange enough, she's kept that shape all through. I don't know what's the secret. I keep asking her every time I run into her, what's the secret? And she doesn't tell me the secret. She is a fantastic lady. She is a super professional. And I am sure wherever she's going to go, because nobody will believe that she's 60 years old, she'll be able to do something even more.
Thank you.
With her, what you call old age. We wish you all the best. We love you so much. We would have loved you to stay a few more years with us, but be that as it may, this is how the things are happen. I wanted to retire with you, which is 5 years from now, but too bad.
Faith Gitau.
I'm younger than you.
Faith Gitau.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Commissioner Faith Gitau is the chair of the Commission Committee on staff welfare.
Thank you very much. And as a chairperson, staff welfare, I have interacted on many occasions with Florence, and I can confidently say that Florence is an exemplar of excellence. In the discharge of her duties, she has clearly demonstrated keen knowledge, efficiency, and profound administrative skills. She has also demonstrated to younger women that it is possible to shatter glass ceilings through courage and strong willpower. Kudos, Madam Florence. You have served with honor. Today, we honor you. May the Lord go with you. May the Lord bless you and give you favor, and may he surround you with his presence. Congrats.
Thank you. Members on their feet, take your seats. Mama Dago, take your seat. Oundo, take the nearest seat. Honorable members, thank you for all those kind words about Florence Abonyo. I can tell you as a house that in the early 90s, we traveled with Florence Abonyo and several members to Chile in South America. And in our delegation was a young officer who had a bad habit of consuming huge doses of alcohol. And he consumed alcohol and became even a nuisance to the trip. When we came back, Florence called the young man and called me and told him, I want to talk to you as a lady. Stop consuming alcohol or alcohol will consume you. The boy didn't stop. He was eventually sacked and he consumed alcohol until it killed him. So Florence is a mother with mother instincts, mother advice. In the last parliament, when the government became vindictive against some members of staff, Florence was singled out maliciously as having leaked information to people who didn't deserve that information. It was all false. Yours truly gave her pro bono legal services. And I scared away those who were tormenting her, and she continued working until today she's retiring. Honorable members, in honor of Florence Abonyo, I want to ask you to be upstanding. She will take a procession escorted by our members of staff who are here. When she gets to the door, you can go ahead and clap for her.
Yes.
Honorable members, order. Thank you, Rosa. Honorable members, may many of you serving in this house, privileged to serve in this house, even if you are not members of staff, pick a leaf from Florence Abonyo. In matters humility, matters dedication, matters respect, and matters commitment to this institution of parliament and to the country. and just serve and serve without expecting rewards. Thank you. Honorable members, before we go to the next order, allow me to recognize in the Speaker's Gallery, Kamacharia Girls High School from Mavioya, Muranga, and in the public gallery, Tembo Girls High School from Sotik, Bomet. On my behalf and on behalf of the House, we welcome the students, their teachers, and those accompanying them to the House of Parliament. Next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Honorable members, we now go to statement. Umulkhair Harun.
Thank you, Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security regarding abductions of a resident in Hulugo Sub-County, Garissa County. Honorable Speaker, on the afternoon of 6 February 2026, 2 men, Mr. Sambur Abdullahi Olo, a 75-year-old resident, and Mr. Mohammed Yaro, were allegedly abducted from their locality by individuals using 2 motor vehicles, Toyota Hilux make, 1 black and 1 white. The white vehicle reportedly bore registration number KCR 8R, while the registration for the other vehicle is yet to be established. Mr. Sambur was forcibly taken from his compound, prompting his family to pursue the vehicles and successfully rescue him. However, Mr. Mohammed Yaro, who is believed to have been put in the second vehicle, remains missing to date. His continued disappearance has caused immense anguish to his family and the community and raises grave constitutional and human rights concerns. It is unclear whether the 2 victims were apprehended by security personnel or a criminal group. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I seek a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security on the following: the whereabouts and status of Mr. Mohammed Yaro, including an indication of whether he is in the custody of any state agency and the actions being taken to secure his immediate release, findings of investigations into the events of 6 February 2026, including the ownership of motor vehicle, registration numbers indicated, whether the said vehicle is associated with any security agency and any disciplinary or criminal actions taken against those found culpable, and safeguards in place to prevent abductions, arbitrary arrests, enforced disappearances, and the impersonation of security personnel. Mr. Speaker, this adds on to the other statements I'd raised earlier with regards to Mohammed Yale and other 4 young men who are also missing from Garissa and are yet to be returned, and the ministry has not provided any sufficient response. Thank you.
Chairperson for which committee? Yes, Chairperson, Internal Security.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Speaker. We'll attempt to respond in 2 weeks' time. And Honorable Speaker, in regards to what the member had alluded of several other unresponded statements, Honorable Speaker, majority of them had elapsed at the end of the 4th session. But as our procedures and standing orders, if the person has not been found, she can as well do the same statement again. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. The next statement requested by the Honorable Walter Owino.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is a request for statement regarding delayed settlement of dues owed by Sony Sugar Company. Honorable Speaker, Pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44.2c, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Agriculture and Livestock regarding the prolonged non-settlement of arrears owed to sugarcane farmers, sugar factory workers, and other service providers by Sony Sugar Company. Honorable Speaker, in May 2025, the government finalized the leasing of 5 state-owned sugar factories. By then, Sony Sugar Company had accumulated unpaid salaries, gratuities, pension contributions, leave allowances, and other lawful monetary entitlements owed to workers. Additionally, the company owed sugarcane farmers, cane transporters, and suppliers who had delivered goods and services. The Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development undertook to settle all outstanding accrued arrears as at the lease handover date by July 2025. Honorable Speaker, despite the undertaking, the farmers, suppliers, and employees who lost their jobs after the restructuring by the private investor are yet to be paid. They have persistently followed up with the relevant authorities, but neither have their dues been settled nor clear settlement plan and timeline for payment of their dues provided. This situation has continued to erode confidence in the sugar sector reforms and subjected livelihoods that relied on the sugarcane value chain to severe economic distress, including inability to meet basic needs, service loans, pay school fees, and access medical care. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I seek a statement from the chairperson of Departmental Committee on Agriculture and Livestock on the following. 1, reasons for the failure by the ministry to settle arrears owed to workers, farmers, and suppliers to Sony Sugar Company by July 2025 as earlier indicated. 2, the total amount owed to workers and farmers, indicating the number of persons affected following the restructuring of Sony Sugar Company by the private investor and amount due to each. And 3, the measures by the ministry specifying the budgetary provisions made to ensure immediate settlement of all pending arrears and their timeline for payment. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Yes, what's your point of order?
Madam Speaker, I thank you very much for the opportunity and allow me to join my brother, Honorable Walter Wino of Awendo. This matter is not unique to Sony Sugar. It actually cuts across all the 4 government-owned sugar companies. Madam Speaker, last May 2025, on the 19th to be specific, there was gazettement of new lessees to the sugar companies, Honorable Speaker. And it had been promised that before the new investors came into office, the government of Kenya was to pay all the pending dues to workers and to farmers alike, Honorable Speaker. Of course, on top of that, are onward sales of sugar that had not been settled, Honorable Speaker. There are people who paid for sugar to be delivered. That transaction occurred, and people lost money. And these are liabilities now accruing to these sugar companies, Madam Speaker. So even as the Agriculture Committee will be sitting down to look in depth into these issues around sugar and sugar companies, it is important to make sure that we collate all the outstanding dues to workers in all these sugar companies together with all the farmers, Honorable Speaker. If we do not do this, there are many people, 70% in number, who were actually offloaded from the former companies by the new investors, Madam Speaker. These people cannot take their children to school. They cannot attend to their sick in various hospitals. Some have actually died as a result of frustrations, Madam Speaker. So this is a matter that we need to expedite, get deep into the bottom of it, so that we can have this matter resolved once and for all, Madam Speaker. And I thank you for the opportunity.
Chairperson, Agriculture and Livestock.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, sugar issues are burning at the moment, and we have a lot of issues surrounding the payments. So I believe in 2 weeks' time we can give the statement. We've just been having an engagement with the State Department, and about a third of the time has been spent on discussing sugar issues. So I'm sure the ministry is alert on the issues, and they'll give us a good report in 2 weeks.
Thank you. 2 weeks. Okay, next statement by the Honorable John Gakusha, member for Mukurueni.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable
Oh, you
Speaker.
changed places. Okay.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44 2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Education regarding the non-grading of the Kenya Sign Language in the 2025 Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education Examination, KCSE. Honorable Speaker, the Kenya Sign Language, KSL, was offered and administered as a subject to students without hearing impairment, who are more than 12,000 candidates in the 2025 Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education, KCSE, examinations. However, despite examining the non-deaf candidates, whom would refer as the students without hearing impairment in the subject, the Kenya National Examination Council, NEC, excluded KSL grades in computing their final grades. This academically disadvantaged the students in the computation of aggregate grades, causing them to miss the minimum university entry grade. Honorable Speaker, the consideration of Kenya Sign Language in the final grading of students without hearing impairment in the 2024 examinations created a legitimate expectation among candidates, parents, and educational institutions that a similar approach would be applied in the 2025 examination cycle. Notably, neither the Ministry of Education nor NEC issued any circular, policy guideline, or official communication to the effect that grading of the Kenya Sign Language would be restricted to learners with hearing impairment. Despite the absence of such communication, NEC proceeded to register candidates without hearing impairment for the subject, allowed them to sit the examination, marked the scripts, and thereafter declined to consider the results. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I seek a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Education on the following. 1. The justification for exclusion of Kenya Sign Language from final grading for non-deaf candidates in the 2025 examinations, despite the subject having been graded in 2024. Number 2, reasons why the Ministry of Education and NEC failed to issue any circular or communication on a change in the status of Kenya Sign Language as an examinable elective subject for candidates without hearing impairment, yet proceeded to register, examine, and mark their scripts. And 3, immediate corrective measure that the ministry intends to take to remedy the apparent procedural lapse to protect the academic outcomes and ensure equal treatment of the approximately 12,000 candidates affected nationwide. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Chairperson, Education Committee. As usual, it's not there. Chairperson, Majority Leader, you want to hold brief?
Yes, Honorable Speaker, I will relay that to the Chairperson Education, Honorable Meli. He was here, I don't know where he has stepped out to.
Okay.
At least the Chair Education is
But
seen
do you
in the House.
undertake on his behalf?
Maybe
2 weeks?
give us 2 weeks, Honorable Kagushia. 2 weeks. Where is Kagushia?
Kagusha has crossed the floor. Thank you. The Honorable Member for Ibakasi West, Honorable Mark Mwenje.
Thank you. Apologies, Honorable Speaker, to retrieve my statement. Thank you. This is a request for a statement regarding alleged grabbing of a public utility land in Umoja and Bakasi West constituency. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44.2c, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Lands regarding the alleged grabbing of a public utility land in Umoja, Embakasi West constituency. Honorable Speaker, the parcel of land LR number Nairobi block 109-2380, situated along Moi Drive in Umoja area, Embakasi West constituency, was originally designated as a public utility intended for the benefit of residents. Despite the need for essential facilities, including provision of a bus terminus to serve public service vehicles operating along the area, the land has allegedly been illegally occupied by a private individual. This alleged encroachment has raised concern amongst residents who rely on the facility for essential social services. Such encroachment, if not forestalled, could undermine public confidence in land administration and deny communities access to essential services. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Lands on the following. 1, a report on the current ownership status of LR number Nairobi block 109-2380, situated along Moi Drive in Umoja area, Embakasi West constituency, including details of any allocation or change of user that may have been undertaken and the legality of such allocations or changes, the steps being taken to investigate the alleged land grabbing and restore the land to its intended public purpose. 3, the immediate measures being taken to ensure that the residents regain access to the land for its intended public benefit. And 4, the long-term measures in place to safeguard public utility lands from encroachment or misuse. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Chairperson, Lands Committee. Majority Leader, it seems the Chairperson for the Lands Committee is not here. You can hold their brief and give an undertaking on their behalf.
Honorable Speaker, the Chair Lands Committee, I have not seen him today, and the Vice Chair, but I will relay this to them and probably ask the Honorable Mwanje to give us another week or 2. This is in Nairobi. A week should be sufficient. 2 weeks. 2 weeks, okay.
Okay, thank you. The next is member for Loima, Honorable Prontos Akuja. Give him the mic. Can you see where he is? Okay.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to request for a statement regarding lack of National Transport and Safety Authority services in Turkana County. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to provisions of Standing Order 44.2c, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure regarding the unavailability of services by the National Transport Safety Authority in Turkana County. Honorable Speaker, the NTSA is established under the National Transport and Safety Authority Act, CAP 404, and its mandate is to regulate transport, safety, register license, monitor vehicles, conduct inspections and certification, regulate public service vehicles, and administer driver testing and licensing, among other critical functions. In furtherance of this mandate, the authority has established branches and county offices across the county to enhance provision of services. However, despite Turkana County being the largest county by landmass, covering an estimated 77,000 square kilometers, it does not have a functional NTSA branch. Due to this, Honorable Speaker, residents are forced to travel long distances, often to Eldoret town in Uasin Gishu County, to access essential services such as driving tests, insurance and collection of logbooks and number plates, motor vehicle inspections and other services. This imposes significant financial and logistical burden on residents, including transport costs and other related expenses. These circumstances undermine the constitutional principles set out under Article 232(1)(c) of the Constitution, which requires public service to be provided promptly, effectively, and equitable to all citizens. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure on the following. One, the immediate plans by the Ministry of Roads and Transport to provide NTSA services in Turkana County, including specific timelines. Number two, the long-term measures by the Ministry to ensure equitable decentralization of NTSA services to underserved counties such as Turkana County across the country. And this will ensure that all of us reach Singapore at the same time with other Kenyans. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Chairperson, Transport and Infrastructure. Okay.
Honorable Speaker, on this one, I think Buddy Twalib can speak, but probably you should direct the clerk to write to the Chair Transport Committee and the Vice Chair to inform them that the House resumed business on the 10th of February, and this is the second week, because they are never here. The Chair and the Vice Chair Transport Committee are never here. Since we opened, I have never seen them, set my eyes on them. Maybe you can direct the clerk to write to them, to inform them. Maybe it's keep their diaries. You know, they are very busy people. And inform them that the House resumed on Tuesday last week, 10th of February.
Thank you. Okay.
But there's a member maybe
that
who
has
can...
been noted and shall inform the committee.
Okay, thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to assure the member for Loima that in the next 2 weeks' time, you will get the response. Thank you.
I think we have at least Honorable Twalib has committed on behalf of the committee. We shall hold you to it. The next, we have a statement by the Honorable Lomboko. Milema.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Is a request for a statement regarding the payment of monies to teachers by the Kenya National Examination Council. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to provision of Standing 44(2)(c), I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Education regarding the delay in payment of monies to teachers and other examination personnel by the Kenya National Examination Council. Honorable Speaker, in October 2025, the Kenya National Examination Council, NEC, engaged approximately 30,000 examiners for the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education, KCSE, and 15,000 teachers as examiners for the Kenya Junior Secondary Education Assessment, KJSEA. The said teachers dedicated their time and rendered critical national service, often working under demanding conditions and away from their families. Regrettably, the Council is yet to disperse approximately 2.7 billion owed to the teachers as remuneration for their services. Further payments due to supervisors, invigilators, center managers, and marking centers also remain outstanding. These delays reflect a recurring pattern that adversely affects educators, disrupts their livelihood, and undermines morale within the education sector, while also raising concerns about the sustainability and integrity of the national examination process. It is imperative that the Kenya National Examination Council upholds fair labor practices and promptly fulfills its financial obligations to examination personnel, whose professional commitment should not be met with prolonged financial hardship. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Education on the following. Number one, the reasons for the delay in disbursement of funds to teachers who served as examiners for the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education exams and the Kenya Junior Secondary Education assessments in October 2025. Two, the expected timeline for the full disbursement of the outstanding payments to all affected personnel. And three, measures being put in place to prevent recurrence of such a delay in future examination cycles, including timely budgeting and establishment of a clear payment timelines to ensure prompt remuneration of examination personnel. Honorable Speaker, you recall that even invigilators, supervisors, center managers, and all other staff involved
in these examinations in October 2025 are yet to be paid. And this has caused a lot of pressure and unhappiness in the sector. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. I think that's also for the Committee on Education. Yes. Give Majority Leader the mic.
Honorable Speaker, as Honorable Mboko says, in a week, I'll relay that to the Chair Education.
Okay.
And good thing Mwalimu is a member of the same committee. Since when? You left? Oh, yes. He's no longer a member.
Because you would have patent bias.
But he has deep interest in that committee.
Yeah, because you have the patent bias, so you can't be a member of the committee. I think next is Majority Leader. You have your usual statement.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the
There is a
provisions.
point of order, Honorable Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for the opportunity for this point of order. Last week on Tuesday, the 11th of February 2026, I requested for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Defense, Intelligence, and Foreign Relations regarding 2 Kenyans who were reportedly coerced into the military service of the Federal Republic of Russia. One Justice Ombati Mayenda is said to have been injured. One Justice Mayenda Ombati is said to have been injured while at war, fighting for Russia. He's in hospital. Mr. Clinton Nyapara Mogesa is said to have died at war, fighting for Russia. And the families are suffering. The families are worried how they can get the body of Nyapara back here and Mr. Ombati back here in Kenya. The Speaker ordered that the chairman brings the statement today. I'm wondering, Madam Speaker, I haven't seen the chairman around. I don't know when the statement is going to be laid in the House. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. I think, Honorable Member, there was a report on Russia yesterday by Majority Leader. I don't know, unless yours, it's the factors are distinct from what the Majority Leader reported. Maybe Majority Leader explain? Okay, maybe you can explain.
Honorable Speaker, it looks like Honorable Nchoke has a specific one because I saw him raising his hand. But on the Russian matter, I did give the statement as was directed by the Speaker last week, yesterday afternoon. And it covers many of those instances, and I remember in that report, there are 39 Kenyans who are hospitalized in Russia, quite a number of others who are maimed. One was reported dead. And Honorable Nchoke, maybe you could have a look at that in the table office, or I can give you a copy in my office to have a look and see if it addresses the particular case you're asking for.
I think, Honorable Nchoke, would you like to clarify, just so that you know if yours is different from what was reported by the Majority Leader, then Majority Leader can take note of it. But if it's similar, then I think you're free to go to the office of the Majority Leader to look at the report if it was comprehensive enough.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I've gone through the report that was laid here yesterday by Honorable Ichungwa from the NIS and from the National Police Service. It's a good report, but it's generally a very generic general report. But my statement sought the 2 cases. A statement of 2 cases for Clinton Nyapara, who is reported dead in Russia, and Justice Ombati, who is said to be in hospital, also in Russia. Very, very specific, Madam Speaker. And neither of those 2 names are covered in the report that the Honorable Ichungwa laid before the House yesterday. I've gone through the reports.
What direction would you give him, Majority Leader?
Maybe we'll ask the Chair Security to check for the specific details. But I strongly believe like the person he speaks about who is reported to be dead is among those who are reported. The 39 who are in hospital could be among those who are there. But also for us to understand that this is a war zone. There is nothing much that the embassy in Moscow will do to get access to those people in the war zone. And therefore, even the flow of information is not as quick as we would expect. It's not Kenyatta National Hospital, Honorable Speaker, or another hospital within our jurisdiction, but I will relay that to the Chair Security to see if he can fish out any specific information on those two particular cases.
But also, Majority Leader, since the DCI is seized of the matter, maybe you can report the names to DCI so that it can become part of their investigation, which is ongoing. Because they actually cited that there is ongoing investigations still. Is that satisfactory? Honorable Njoke, one last shot.
In my view, Madam Speaker, I don't in any way to, I understand you, but you can appreciate the limitation of DCI or DCIO, whether they can go all the way to Russia to do the investigations. But probably should be the embassy, our embassy in Russia that can help us if the two cases happened and are in Russia. I thank you.
The two reports that came to Parliament yesterday was from NIS and DCI, and they do work with our embassies. Yes, they use the embassies, and they will normally have security attaches at the embassies. So they'll still use, we don't have to be specific on the way they conduct their investigation. Once you tell them to conduct the investigations, they use all the channels that are available. I think we are done now, isn't it? Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44.2a, I rise to give the following statement on behalf of the House Business Committee, which met on Tuesday, 17 February 2026 to prioritize business for consideration during the week. Honorable Speaker, let me appreciate honorable members for settling down fast and enabling the House to embark on transaction of business of the House in earnest. Indeed, in just 1 week, the House has already concluded the second reading of 5 bills and is scheduled to vote on the second reading of the 6th bill, which we already did, Honorable Speaker, earlier this afternoon. Additionally, the House has so far passed 3 substantive motions, including a motion on the on the appointment of the Director General of the Financial Reporting Center and the petition on regulation of TikTok in Kenya. Honorable Speaker, this progress is a sign that the House is already on the right trajectory for achieving optimal performance this session. Honorable Speaker, with regards to business scheduled for next week, the House is expected to consider the following bills at various stages, some of which are listed in today's order paper. Committee of the Whole House on the Judges' Retirement Benefits Bill of 2025. 2, a second reading of the following bills, should they not be concluded today. 1, the Miscellaneous Fees and Levies Amendment Bill 2025. 2, the National Infrastructure Fund Bill 2026. And 3, the Energy Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 42 of 2023. Additionally, Honorable Speaker, debate will be undertaken on the following motions. 1 is a 7th report on the audited accounts of the National Government Constituency Development Fund Board for the financial years 2016, 2017 to 2021, 2022. 2 is the 8th report on the audited accounts of the National Government Affirmative Action Fund for the financial years 2016, 2017 to 2021, 2022. 3 is a report on the audited accounts for the Judiciary Mortgage Scheme Fund for the financial years 2011, 2012 to 2021, 2022. 4 is the 9th report on the audited accounts of the National Government Constituency Development Fund for constituencies in Nakuru County for the financial years 2013, 2014 to 2021, 2022. And 5, consideration of the report of the delegation to the 150th Assembly of the Interparliamentary Union. The House will also prioritize consideration of the following motions for which the relevant committees are expected to submit their respective reports next week. 1, consideration of a nominee for appointment as a permanent representative of UNEP, United Nations Environment Program. 2, consideration of a nominee for appointment as a chairperson of the Public Service Commission. 3, session of paper number 3 of 2025 on the partial divestiture in Safaricom PLC by the government of Kenya. and 4, sessional paper number 6 of 2024 on the National Aviation Policy. Further, Honorable Speaker, the House Business Committee noted that various bills that were referred to mediation committees are yet to be concluded. Instructively, Article 113 of the Constitution requires a mediation committee on a bill to undertake the mediation process within 30 days, counterparts, with a view to prioritize pending mediation processes on bills. From members, I want to restate the question time will be resumed at an appropriate time after concluding the budget process. However, as members